Sunday Night Football at Tampa, Florida at Raymond James Stadium, where the rookie phenom Jaden Daniels looking for an upset against Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that clinched the division in the final week of the season with a little bit of help today from their opponents in Washington, barely narrowing over the Atlanta Falcons led by Michael Penix late in the season. Could not get the job done, and so you see this team led by Baker Mayfield, a guy who has been sensational this season, actually led his team to top 3 in passing touchdowns and yardage, and their second division title in a row under Baker Mayfield, who has really turned his career completely on its head, which you absolutely love to see. No matter who you're a fan of, it's definitely a very, very cool thing. So it will be the Buccaneers kicking off to Washington to get us started in Game 2 of our double-header. And a return to stick in here for the Commanders to the right side. Spin move made by Luke McCaffrey. Very nice-looking move there. And Daniels will start with a shorter field than he had originally thought, up to the 42-yard line. It's where he will get started. All right, finally got all my stuff in. Actually went live for about 2 minutes earlier. Didn't even show up on my thing. So now that this is up and working, hopefully. Maybe, I don't even see it still. As Daniels is going to go under center. And will hand off to Brian Robinson Jr. up the middle, who was taken down at the 41-yard line. Opening gain of 17 yards. Finally, the live stream shows up on my end. That took way longer than it should have, but got to give all my equipment a little bit of a break today, given that it is its second stream. What up, Lab? What up, Bray Bray? What up, Trix? And everybody else joining me throughout. Looking forward to this one. Hopefully you are as well. Daniels takes a slow snap and fires down the sideline. Pass swatted away, incomplete. These are not pre-recorded. These are as live gets, my friend. My reaction is as genuine as yours. Sims are as simmed as sim can be. What up, Fire? And a rep from me and Kirk Cobang, of course. Glad to have you in here. In our second half of our doubleheader, crosser is going to be caught across the middle to the 32-yard line. Nearly a first down there for Daniels. Third and short situation coming up here for the Commanders. This is a team that started out really hot early on in the season. And as we're getting Jaden Daniels MVP shots from the chat, that was a real shout at one point earlier on this year. But Rookie of the Year seems to be the more likely path, as Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen might have the MVP wrapped up, and Brian Robinson Jr. keeps this drive on its toes, heading inside the Buccaneer 30 with a first down carry on his second rush. Sadly, Commanders will win Sunday night. I actually don't think they will. I think Tampa Bay wins a really close one. But it's going to be a very fun game regardless. JD5 with movement up front by both guards that time. Could be one of those false start everybody but the center type of plays. Regardless, they will move back 5 yards. Not a good start for the offense of Washington. Very similar to that of Philadelphia starting their opening drive with a penalty, which eventually came back to haunt them as they choked a 14-point lead and lost to the Packers, which means the winner of this game will actually host a playoff game if it is Tampa Bay. And if it is Washington, they will head to either Los Angeles or they will head to Minnesota. Please, one of my mods, preferably remind me tomorrow to put that game at State Farm Stadium before I forget, because I almost guarantee I'll forget it. Refs have Tampa Bay money line already, huh? 2nd and 9. Bunch formation left side, or a tight formation, I should say. Daniels off the play action. Plenty of time to fire down the sideline. A wide open, Scary Terry couldn't stay in bounds, but he's got 25 before he exits stage right. These two have been connecting like bread and butter all season. And that continues into the playoffs as well. Right in front of the home faithful here in Tampa, Florida. Daniels now from the 3-yard line. McLaurin in motion. In and back out. Daniels, pocket collapsing. Got to be careful, and he is going to be sacked. 13-yard loss. Yaya Diaby was the first one there. And Daniels slow to get up, but he will eventually. Second team All-Pro receiver. How did you guys think of the All-Pro, I guess, not really much of an award, but All-Pro teams and their reveal recently? I thought it was actually a pretty solid choice. Most of them I agreed with. Streaming at noon tomorrow. Very weird time, but got to get it in before the postseason starts. And a handoff here up the middle to the 4-yard line. Will definitely set up the Commanders in a lot better place than they just were. That's a 12-yard pickup. Surprised Lamar won outright, but yeah, I mean, I'm not. He had much better stats than Allen. I think he deserves his third MVP. Who does Jaden Daniels target on 3rd and goal? Off the play action, Vita Vea giving chase, and so Daniels says, I'll do it myself. Touchdown Commanders, a sparking start for Washington. For a team that has not won a playoff game in my lifetime, and many of yours as well, they are looking to make history on the road against the Tampa Bay squad they are very familiar with. Their last postseason appearance was at home in that 7-9 season during Tank Division in 2020, the Taylor Heineke legacy game. That landed him a contract the following season. Obviously, it didn't go too well for him, but definitely a game in history for Heineke and the Washington football team. As the extra point is up and good, Commanders go 9 plays and 63 yards after the false start penalty was included there for a touchdown. And now, Baker Mayfield. So that was Kyle Trask. Kind of scared me for a minute. Warming up on the sideline. Looking to lock in the playoffs here like he has done many, many times in his career. A couple of wild card wins underneath his belt. 2021 in Pittsburgh as a member of the Browns, and obviously last year right here at home in a huge upset over the Eagles. And Mayfield's drive will begin at the 26-yard line. No Chris Godwin for this Buccaneers offense, but that guy right there, Mike Evans, another 1,000-yard season for the future Hall of Famer. Expect him to be a heavy target today, especially if he is on certain Washington Commander quarterbacks in this game. Bucky Irving, of course, the rookie, has been sensational this season too. Hope to see him as much as possible in this one. As Mayfield opens up first and 10, firing down the middle, connecting with Sterling Shepard, the former New York Giant. Score prediction IRL, I think it's 30-28. Buccaneers. It was not Sunday night, it was Saturday night. But it was on NBC, so yeah, very close actually. Very, very similar. 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line. Keith is in motion. That is the fullback here in Tampa Bay. RPO is going to go that direction and only for a yard. I think that was a little bit of a miscommunication or maybe a false step taken there by K-Dot in the big tight end. Gotta wish my Steelers fans a very merry January 10th. This marks the 4-year anniversary of the beatdown in Pittsburgh. The Browns' only playoff win in my lifetime. Happy one set, everybody, to all those who celebrate. Lots of big bodies in here on 3rd and 2, and Bucky Irving is swallowed whole at the line of scrimmage. Daron Payne bringing the pain to the rookie running back. That's a big fella up the middle. Frankie Louvu with a good push there as well. Does Oden play Sunday? I think so. Not entirely sure. Most of the guys that are listed as questionable, I throw in here just in case. As Washington will start their second drive up at the 27-yard line. 2020 NFC East might have been the worst division of all time. Maybe. But I loved it. It was pure entertainment every week. Browns swept the division that year. It was beautiful. It was absolute cinema. I feel like every year the Browns are good. The division is just so good in the AFC North. I just want to go to one home playoff game. That atmosphere will be electric. 4-man rush this time, and Daniels delivers an incompletion. That one is on his receiver. Can't blame him at all. But yeah, these two teams, they played the postseason a ton. I actually think, well, it wasn't a Super Bowl, obviously. I feel like they met in the 0-2 postseason as well. And Washington got the win there. I am a Browns fan, yes. 2nd and 10, a slow exchange in the backfield to Brian Robinson Jr. And that results in no gain. Dak didn't get injured, Dallas would have took that division. Absolutely not. That defense you guys had that year was horrific. Because didn't Prescott have like 500 yards against the Browns and still lost by 2 scores? That game was, that was a wonderful game for me. Not for you, I'm assuming. 3rd and 10, it's Daniels. Pocket collapsing, down the middle he goes, and he will connect a first down reception made up to the 44-yard line. Significant exchange. De'Ami Brown with his, I believe that's his first catch, might be a second. First of the drive, though, after he was targeted earlier. I want Cam Ward. Doubt we get him, though. Bet Tennessee snipes him or steals him, whatever you want to call it. Don't forget to drop a like if you guys are enjoying this, of course. Shout out to those of you that have made it to both streams back-to-back here in this Friday night doubleheader, as that is a backfield exchange to John Bates, I believe, the tight end. And it's actually Ben Sinnott. On the 9.5-yard gain, there's Dan Quinn. What a job he has done rebuilding this team brick by brick. In just a season, they go from 2nd overall to postseason. Never felt like he was the issue in Atlanta. 5 receivers set for Daniels. Blitz coming. Daniels trying to escape the pocket. Hit hard. And he'll lose about 3. That was a huge hit. Yeah, I don't know about that X-Off. That team was just generationally bad. Somebody needs to do a documentary on Bryce Young. Bro's not LeBron James. Maybe one day. But not yet. 3rd and 3. Tampa Bay fans on their feet here at Raymond James Stadium. And so's that football at the feet of the intended target of Jaden Daniels. And trying to figure out who that was. On my replay over here was not a very accurate ball regardless. Yeah, still don't know who it is. That'll result in a Washington punt with 2.5 to go in the first quarter. This ball is off the left foot, out of bounds, inside the 15, call it the 11-yard line. Quinn goes for that IRL, wouldn't shock me. But with a touchdown lead, I don't mind it. Not at all. Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers back on the offensive end now, looking for a different result than their opening drive, which resulted in a punt as Bucky Irving finds his first positive gain of the game with a 2-yard rush. 2 minutes and 10 seconds to go now in this first quarter. See the total yards discrepancy. Tampa Bay has not even found double-digit yardage yet in this game, which is interesting. O'Keefe in motion again on 2nd and 8. Mayfield facing a 4-man rush will find his fullback. He will hang on to the football and gain a lucky number 7 yards, making this a much more manageable 3rd and 1 scenario. What team's getting Abdul Carter? Might end up being the Browns, actually. It's a really, very real possibility. We'll see, depending on what happens at number 1. This is actually, for the first time in a while, a very questionable draft. Mayfield finds Cade Otton just enough to move the chains. Abdul Carter's going to be a steal, though, no matter where he goes. I feel like he's criminally underrated. Teams that need quarterbacks are going to miss out on generational edge talent. Him and Myles Garrett would be really something. Final minute of the opening quarter. A quick one here again. Handoff to Bucky Irving, as that is a big-time bulldoze by Jonathan Allen. Ended up meaning little to nothing there, but it's still a yard for Irving. Probably going to Philly, probably. Especially if he picks up like a, I don't know, drunk driving charge or something like that in between now and draft day. Mike Evans, the 1,000-yard receiver, in motion on 2nd and 9. Mayfield down the middle, connects with Cade Otton, and that'll put a bow on the opening quarter. Washington, the only team to strike, leading 7-0 at Raymond James Stadium. Baker and the Bucs have got the offense rolling, though. Trying to have something to say about that. And can they? Guaranteed it all. Yeah, it was Micah Parsons too, wasn't it? As the second quarter is underway again. It's Cade Otten. Baker Mayfield loving his tight end early on in this one. 3 yards in the flat to the right side. Time still ticking away here. Reminder that if Washington wins, they will either head to LA or Minnesota. And if the Buccaneers win, they will be hosting the winner of LA, Minnesota. Otten down the middle again. He's got a first down catch consecutively. Number 5 on the evening. That boy's feasting. Garrett Watt debate is ended. I wouldn't say it's ended, but Garrett got the edge this year. What up, Chili? 21-20 Tampa. I like that. First minute of the quarter already gone by in the blink of an eye. Sterling Shepard is the motion man this time. Mayfield on a post route. Finds Cade Otten again. More of a corner route. That was a beauty run, though, by Cade Otten. Actually fooled me. Didn't realize he was lined up on the line of scrimmage that time, and neither did the secondary of Washington. Buccaneers threatening to score for the first time today. Into enemy territory at the 32. It's Mayfield from the gun. Fires left side. There's Mike Evans inside the 15-yard line. His first touch of the game's a big one. Buccaneers are into the red zone. Looking to make a dramatic change to this one. And shout out to the chat. We just hit 2.97K subscribers, which means we are 30 some odd subs away from 3,000 total. That's a crazy number. Hoping to get there by the time the postseason's all said and done as Bucky Irving up the middle breaks the 10-yard line. Think Jade's going to be playing from behind and air it out? I don't know. I think these two teams match up pretty well. I said 30-28. I don't think it's too ridiculous. Kyron Lacey, don't even know who that is, to be honest with you. 2nd and 7 from the 9, and Irving is smothered. Never stood a chance on his 5th carry, averaging less than half a yard per rush right now. Imagine if this Washington defensive line just developed Chase Young a little bit more, kept Montez Sweat in the rotation. I mean, they would just be unstoppable. 3rd and 10. Mayfield fires to the back of the end zone. Touchdown. Guess who? Cade Otten. And the Buccaneers are on the board in the second quarter. Laser beam from Mayfield. Almost right his tight end straight into the stanchion. Which probably would have hurt as we get a review from the officials, and the play is going to stand as a Tampa Bay touchdown. You know the most forgotten NFL play in recent memory? Let's hear it. Because I bet I remember it for no reason. Oh, player. Kenny Golladay? Nah. Extra point is up, and it is good. Jamal Williams, I feel like, is more forgotten about than Kenny Golladay. Tampa Bay ties the game at 7 apiece with 6:37 to go in the second quarter. Guy fell off a cloud, yeah. That's what happens when you go to the Saints post Drew Brees. Derek Carr could probably say the same thing. Poor guy. Kickoff is away. And Luke McCaffrey looking for another explosive return, and he will not find it this time around. Only out to the 26-yard line. Adrian Amos, guy was lead 2 years ago. He was what, a Green Bay Packer? If I do remember correctly from my Madden roster ball knowledge. Commanders looking to take the lead back on 1st and 10. It's a handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. No running back today has really broken away for a big run, including Josh Jacobs and Saquon Barkley, most of which They've been kept in check all day. Allen Robinson used to be that guy. He really did. Alshon Jeffrey, too. What a guy. 2nd and 3, handoff to Brian Robinson Jr., who does break his biggest run of the game for 11 yards. To the strong side of the football field. As he will make his way on his feet slowly. Vita Vea, yet to see him make any big-time plays, but expect it to come soon. That is a big, big fella. Scariest guy in the NFL, in my opinion. Ryan Switzer, Steelers legend. RPO right side is going to be caught up the sideline. Out of bounds to the 46-yard line. Jamison Crowder. Who else is an absolute random? Cowboys legend. Trying to think of some very random wide receivers. I'll think of some eventually. Midway through the second quarter, Jaden Daniels finally going to take a QB keeper. We've been waiting for that one. 6 yards picked up that time around. And it will be a new set of Commanders downs. Got to name some more random NFL players. Haven't really looked up the Redskins rosters/rankings coming into this weekend's game. All I know is Jaden Daniels. Well, hey, maybe it's all you need to know because this team has pretty much been led by him all season long. Not to say they don't have the talent, but he has really made the talent around him emerge. So I'd feel very good about where I'm at if I'm a Commanders fan. Or an outsider that just knows who Jaden Daniels is. Always thought he was better than Caleb, truthfully. Caleb still got time, though. No doubt about it. 2nd and 10. From the 40. Daniel, screen pass, caught. It's collected out in space, and that is going to go for a bigger gain than expected. I think even for Washington, 21 yards picked up on the screen pass. Vita Vea almost made a game-wrecking play there. Year 2, JD5 will actually get some weapons, including T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is going to stay, actually. Because of the end of the season that the Bengals had, that actually benefited him a lot. Especially that 3-touchdown game against the Broncos as they spin up the middle. Really does nothing there for Austin Eckler, who I forgot even existed. Welcome back to Iron Fits, fan. What up, Stack? As we are just inside of the 20-yard line here for the Commanders, who are looking to take their second lead of the game and their only lead back. Robinson Jr. hits the outside, and there's nothing there but Jamel Dean with this third tackle of the evening. I got the Buccaneers in this one, 30-28 in real life. Based on how the sim has gone so far, though, I'm going to take them 17-14. Yeah, B-Rob has not looked incredibly sharp this season. Huge play here for both teams. It's 3rd and 9. Daniels. 5-step drop. Fires near sideline. It is caught by McLaurin at the numbers. Brought down at the 13-yard line. So Washington will settle for a field goal. And all of a sudden, 17-14 does not look very realistic. This will be a 30-yarder from the left hash, looking to put the Commanders back in front on the road. Kick up, and it's perfect. Washington 10, Tampa Bay 7. One tick away from the 2-minute warning here at Raymond James Stadium. Baker Mayfield ready to begin his 2-minute drill. Trying to take the lead back before the break. Don't forget to drop a like if you guys are enjoying this. We got one more stream coming up tomorrow at noon. That is going to be our game in Arizona between the LA Rams, technically the home team, and the Minnesota Vikings. Washington missing that field goal IRL. Most likely, you're not wrong. Richardson has so much potential. He gets injured so much. I don't actually know that he's that great. Yeah, I kind of agree with Chili. He was a very high-risk, high-reward player, but, man, that risk is really looking risky now. He, honestly, I think you could put Jameis Winston on the Colts and they probably would have made the postseason. in my opinion. Blitz coming here from the Commanders, picked up, and Mayfield withstands it long enough to find his wide receiver 1, Mike Evans. Grab number 2 on the evening for number 13. Obviously a future Hall of Famer. One of the best and most consistent wide receivers in NFL history. That dude's different. Bucks in the no huddle. On 2nd and inches, not quite a first down, although that'll get the job done to Jalen McMillan. And the rookie wide receiver has actually fed families in fantasy. He had some incredible weeks. For me personally, Mayfield has fancied finding him on the football field as much as possible, too. Something about a veteran quarterback and a rookie wide receiver. That connection goes crazy. Approaching the 1-minute mark, and Mayfield throws on the run down the field, wide open. Cade Otton, what a pass from Mayfield. Lasered that one in, and Otton's got his 8th catch of the game, 93 yards to go along with it. And his touchdown as well. Rifle that one in there. And now Tampa Bay into the red zone. Still have all 3 timeouts as well. In no rush. Baker down the middle. On a slant route, finds McMillan. Timeout Tampa. Good enough for 7 yards. Need to sort Washington. Be matchups by overall, so it's not Marshawn versus Mike. That is true. Yeah, I probably should have. Well, I don't know. I don't really know if I could adjust coaching settings like that from a neutral viewing perspective. Not sure the game would let me. Mayfield trying to take the first lead today for Tampa Bay from the 10-yard line is Irving. Spins free for about a yard. Not a very wise play there by Tampa Bay. Jeremy Chinn, the former Carolina Panther, on the tackle. I haven't heard his name a lot this season. Has he actually played okay? Jeremy Chinn used to be a dog back in the day. I thought so, at least. Sought the talent at one point. Wanted him to play safety for the Browns, but it happens, I guess. 3rd and 2 here for Tampa Bay. Down to their final timeout. McMillan in motion joins Shepard and Evans on the right side in the bunch formation. Pass is caught to the end zone with the touchdown. Or it's actually Palmer. I've been calling him McMillan this entire time. Trey Palmer, how can I forget? With the touchdown catch. And the Buccaneers take their first lead right before halftime. Maybe Cade Otton won't play this game. Not 100% sure. If it happens, it happens. But he was not listed as injured on this. So we'll see what happens. He had a full practice today, actually. So might actually be looking up for him. He's listed as questionable. So for the moment, I'm going to say he's a green light. If he was a full participant at practice. Well, good for Jeremy Chinn, I guess. Knock over the Commanders' defense that time around, though, as they will give up a touchdown. Daniels has limited time to work with. May fancy taking a knee before the break, as I think Ohio State and Texas probably just about ready to kick off if they have not already, which they have not. Which is good for me, because we're almost at halftime and still haven't kicked off yet. Love to see it. Return to from the 6-yard line from Luke McCaffrey up the middle. Great return, actually. Up to the 36, and now maybe Washington will try to get into range, although their field goal kicking has been brutal this season. Austin Seibert kicking for them. They have just, it's not looked good. Enough can be said about that. 16 ticks left in the opening half. Daniels being chased in the pocket, and he is going to be sacked. Kalijah Kancey takes us to halftime. Tampa Bay 14, Washington 10. Back and forth we go in what I predict to be the closest game in the wild card round between the Commanders and the Buccaneers. Tampa to begin half number 2 with the football. Think Xavier Legette will have a better season next year, even though he does have the drop season. I mean, you know what? Every wide receiver experiences the drop season at some point. Even Jamar Chase had a really bad case of the drop season in his rookie preseason, but panned out to be quite the receiver. So I think it'll be all right. Yeah, I mean, what's Carolina's schedule look like next year? Is it difficult? Zane Gonzalez is on for the kickoff here for Washington. So many former Browns kickers in the NFL right now. You got K-Dor kicking for the Bengals. You got, I guess, Zane Gonzalez / Austin Seibert kicking for Washington. And even over on Tampa's sideline, you got Chase McLaughlin, who also kicks for the Browns. No doubt Liggett is a better season next year. I would agree. I think the Panthers are just going to be okay next year. I'm sure Dan Quinn locked down on that defense at halftime. Offense has got to carry up and pick up their part as well, though. Second half is underway with that return to the 23. It's Mayfield. Strong side he goes. Picked off. Intercepted. Returned down the sideline. And Dan Quinn's pitch must be working pretty well. Couldn't ask for a better start from your defense. Jeremy Chin right on cue. Well then, Baker Mayfield showing his not-so-strong side as the former Panther with the pick six. Packers came back and won, John Zeller, believe it or not. Jordan Love led a 4-play, 70-some-yard drive. 4 consecutive first-down completions. And ended up stealing that game in Philly. Extra point is up, and it is good for Zane Gonzalez. Wow. Commanders take the lead. That is hilarious that we were just talking about Jeremy Chin. Just talking about how this defense has got to step up. And both worlds collide. There you have it. Yeah, Jeremy Chin, known Carolina Panther. But yeah, that Packers-Eagles game was a really good finish. Green Bay with the second half shutout. Pretty remarkable. Tampa Bay will take back over. Not an ideal start to their half as they trail by 3 again. Irving on the return this time around up to the 28-yard line. The Eagles did in fact lose, yes. That I can confirm. Ohio State game is still not started yet, which is even better. So we're into the second half. Hopefully that game takes its sweet, sweet time getting started. Snow in Texas, snow all around America, it seems, which is pretty bizarre. Mayfield on first and 10, following his interception, still trusting his arm and his wide receiver 1, Mike Evans. Corrals that one. You know what? I'll take credit for it. Why not? Thanks, Brendan Marks. No problem. Second and a yard coming up for Tampa Bay. Press coverage up at the top of your screen. Try to see who that is. Might be Trey Palmer. As Mayfield takes one step back in the pocket, finds Sterling Shepard. And he'll do his best. Up to the Tampa Bay logo, diving down on the football, with the football, to the 49. Any of these games ever turned out eerily identical to real life? Not really. I actually would imagine most of the boring games that I stream end up being really exciting in real life, and most of the exciting games in real life end up being very boring. You know what I mean? One of my favorite games of all time was Commanders-Bears, Madden 23's opening game for me back in 2022. Absolute cinema. Washington held on to their undefeated season with a walk-off touchdown from Carson Wentz. And that game in real life actually put me to sleep. So, Rams-Lions last year. Oh, yeah, that's right, actually. No, it's actually, that was very similar. Except I'm pretty sure the Rams won that game in my sim. But yeah, Rams-Lions went to OT in my sim and in real life, so that's probably as close as you're going to get. It is a good point. Only wildcard game where I'm not rooting for or against anyone. Well, that's good. I'm always rooting for Baker. Hoping he can succeed outside of Cleveland. And Sterling Shepard on the 2-yard check down, not going to pick up the first down, so Tampa Bay will punt it away. That was a lot of rhyming in one sentence, and that was all accidental. All right, Buckeyes have kicked off. Texas begins with a football and a minimal catch from Quinn Ewers. Then a revenge game against the Buckeyes, as this punt is absolutely shanked. Capital S, capital H, shanked. Out to the 28. Commanders taking over their first offensive possession of half number 2. See what kind of start they can get off to. If it's anything like their defense, might be in for something good here. We will see. Daniels on 1st and 10. From the 28, going to take a quarterback keeper. Right side he goes. Room to run. Got a block on the edge as well. And a 19-yard pickup to open up the drive for the Commanders. Got a humble Philly. I hear you. That's how I feel about Pittsburgh. I love that the Ravens are actually playing the Steelers in the postseason, because one of the two teams are guaranteed to lose in the wild card. Makes it pretty enjoyable. Daniels on 1st and 10. Pocket collapsing. Vita Vea giving chase, and so Daniels going to give chase to the defensive backs of Tampa. 4-yard scatter that time. Yeah. It's nothing personal with Pittsburgh. It's just that, I don't know. They've never experienced a losing season in like 20-some years, so I feel like they're due. Due for some misery and some tragedy. 2nd and 6, RPO is caught by McLaurin. Hard hit. Out to the 43, just a yard short of the line to gain, so a crucial play is coming up here. I think it's just Pennsylvania in general. It might be. Who knows, though. 3rd and a very short yard. Handoff to Robinson Jr. up the middle. And he is able to still stay on his feet. Get past the 40. Great carry there by Brian Robinson Jr. As long as he hangs on the football, good things will probably happen. That would be hilarious, Sean Zeller. I don't think Tomlin's the answer, even as a neutral. I really don't. I don't know, man. Daniels on 1st and 10. Fires to the sideline. Pass is caught. Up to the 23 by De'Ami Brown again. Majority of sports fans are Philly fans. That's brutal. That is very brutal. See how Texas is doing on their opening drive. Inside Ohio State territory. Good start for their offense. As we are midway through the 3rd here at Raymond James Stadium. Down the middle, that pass is going to be completed inside the 10-yard line. It's De'Ami Brown again. Commanders are threatening a 2-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. Daniels has been automatic in every Madden sim I've seen so far, pretty much. That's how most Washington quarterbacks are. Madden loves Washington. Very weird team to like, but Madden picked a good year to like him, I guess. 1st and goal, RPO left side, a very late RPO. But it will work out without an illegal man downfield as Ohio State gets a stop. 4th and 3. For Texas would be a 53-yarder from here if they choose to kick. Ohio State, Texas currently on. 17-14 the current score. Yeah, I don't think it'll last long, though. Baker Mayfield hoping for a stop from. And I think Washington did themselves a disservice again, and yes, they did. 2nd false start of the game for Washington. Wow, Texas goes for it, and they do not get it. I would agree. Tomlin is very good at making average players good, but he cannot push good to great. 2nd and goal at the 9-yard line. RPO again, left side, caught by McLaurin, almost got into the end zone. Very close down to the 1. Madden loves Dallas, them too. That's fair. And so the bells are ringing. Gongs are chiming. In the Sunshine State. All eyes are on Jaden Daniels. 3rd and goal from the 1. And it's a direct snap to Brian Robinson Jr. for the touchdown. How many times do you see that in Madden? Commanders take a 2-score lead. Whoa. That's new. Very cool, actually. Did not think that they would have the resources to manufacture a play like that, but I love it. How about it? Up by 9, looking to make it 10 with the extra point. Which is on its way. It's up, and it's good. Money Fantasy League I won. I lived on the Double F Jaden and Scary. Oh, I love that. I had Scary Theory for a little bit there. Just a wee bit. But Ohio State take it over. Let's go. Let's freaking frack and go. Yeah, I came in, I think 5th place in my Money Fantasy League this year. Lost to the number 1 overall seed in the opening round, and I truly believe I would have beat him if Cooper Kupp and Amari Cooper didn't combine for 0.0. Literally could not have picked a worse week to put up a terrible performance. Tampa return by Bucky Irving up to the 29-yard line. Baker Mayfield's got to get it going, and he's got to get it going right now. 3:18 left in the third. Trailing by 10 points. Yeah, and then of course, you know, our fantasy league, the MSG Fantasy League, losing by 4 points because Jake Moody missed a 51 and a 58-yarder in the championship. Absolutely brutal scenes from the MSG community as Mayfield goes near sideline to Otten, and that time he cannot hang on. So hi to Ella. What's up, Ella? Most likely game, figured Madden Redskins most likely win. EA/Madden doesn't like the Bucks. Baker's ranked statistically top 5 quarterback, ranked 81 all season long. They have not boosted him at all. Wow. Madden got to add trick plays. I would love to see a double pass or some Lions trickery. That would feed. Mayfield on 2nd and 11. We'll check it down this time to Cade Otten, who corrals it. The bad beats trophy, I've had quite a few bad beats. There was another one too. Oh yeah, during the regular season, I needed Brandon Aubrey to kick like one more field goal. He missed a 40-yarder. Then he made a 60-yarder, but the other team got called for leverage. It was Houston. So they took the field goal off the board, and I ended up losing. Mayfield on 3rd and 6, check down to Bucky Irving, going nowhere. Bobby Wagner, the veteran. One of the only remaining members of the Legion of Boom in the NFL with the tackle. I mean, if you like prize pool, you don't earn it by winning. Let's say everybody else dips in a little bit. Buccaneers are going to punt here. Kind of depressingly. So that punt is returnable from the 20-yard line up to the 26. So Daniels taking over with a 10-point lead, looking to make an even bigger gap of this one. Touchdown and an extra point would probably put this game to bed. Word for word, same scenario, yeah. I hear you. Aubrey was so much fun to have early on in the season, but man, it became kind of depressing watching him miss. Welcome back, Arturo. Daniels on 1st and 10. Wide receiver screen set up to the rookie Luke McCaffrey with a gain of a half dozen. Bucks have not looked great in this one. Not at all. Mayfield threw a pick 6 to start the second half, and they have really never been back since. I'm pretty sure the Packers just won, Brendan Marks, if I'm not mistaken. 2nd and 4 handoff to Eckler, and he has got the first down carry. Dumped down menacingly at the 39. So Ohio State looks to march down the field up to the Texas 38. Cardell Tate with a first down catch. Love to see it. I think that'd be a pretty good natty. Ohio State, Notre Dame. I'm here for it. Approaching the final minute of the third quarter. 5-man rush for Tampa Bay, and finally the pressure is going to get home in the second half. Daniels is going to lose 9 yards on the sack. And right as Bray says something. Unfortunately for him, they go their own direction. Can he get the yardage back on 2nd and 19? Clean pocket for Daniels. Not going to last all day, though. Vita Vea giving chase, football loose. Who's got it? It's Daniels, and he cannot get up in time. It's a loss of 14 more. The big fella, Vita Vea, almost just flipped this game on its head. I'm the jinx, embracing it. That's the only thing you can do anymore. 3rd and 33 yards for Daniels. Deep drop and a deep pass to accompany it, going down the sideline, and our punt, unless it works out, and McLaurin cannot hang on. Which will take us to the fourth quarter. Buccaneers trailing by 10, but feeling okay right now. About to get the football back. Now, this game has kind of been back and forth. Commanders were up 7-0 at the end of one. Buccaneers led 14-10 heading into halftime, and then Washington wins the quarter 14-0 with a pick six in the mix, as that punt will be fair caught at the 44-yard line. Baker Mayfield needs a score on this drive to begin the fourth quarter. That would have been one heck of a catch. That would have been vintage Scary Terry. This is a significant drive to open up quarter number 4. Yeah, decent punt, right? Punters are pretty good from their own half in this game, just not from the opposite half. Not very good at pinning. On in motion, and guess who gets the football for the 10th time today? Over 100 yards receiving too. Can't imagine they target an injured tight end. Well, I wouldn't say injured, but coming off of injury, a tight end this much. But maybe that's what Washington wants to happen. As the Buckeyes set up first and goal at the 9-yard line. And Emeka Egbuka with a big-time catch. 2nd and 3. Baker Mayfield again. Otten almost got his way there. And all of that to lose 2 yards. Jonathan Allen up the middle. Torpedoes through the offensive line. Irving just not having a day. Not his afternoon. Drafted him 161st overall in my fantasy league. Steal of the year. No doubt about it. I only drafted him because of that punt return he had in week 2. If you know, you know. 3rd and 5 for the Buccaneers as Mayfield running for his life. Barely escapes. How does he get out of there? Baker Mayfield, room to run. Slides up the 29-yard line. Who put Houdini in number 6? There were 3 Commanders surrounding him. And somehow, someway, he escapes with a first down run. Quinshon Judkins runs it in for the Ohio State touchdown. Buckeyes take a 7-0 lead, pending the extra point. Assuming that goes in, Buckeyes will lead by a touchdown after each team has exchanged their possession. Mayfield from under center, 5-step drop. Down the middle he goes, and he is feeling great. Cade Otton again. Mayfield over 200 yards passing. And Otton with 11 catches, and he is responsible for about half of those yards as well. Ball to the 15. Bucky Irving this time to the right side of Mayfield. Shifts out a couple of yards. Baker near sideline, or far sideline I should say, will be caught. Turning inside is Sterling Shepard. I don't know what that tackler was doing there. Vintage Commanders defense right there. Thought this game was going to end with that sack right there too, not going to lie. But hey, Baker Mayfield had different ideas. 2nd and 1 opens up the playbook. From the Commander 5, it's a handoff to Bucky Irving up the middle, searching for the end zone. And he will settle for a 1st and goal at the 2. Yeah, I've never felt like Sterling Shepard got the best opportunity. Obviously, who does with the New York Giants? But yeah, it is good to see him doing good things on a different team. 1st and goal from the 2. Pitch right side to Bucky Irving. And this time it's Rachaad White, actually, with a marker down very, very late. Might have seen a face mask in there. And no, it's holding. So bring it back for Tampa Bay. 1st and goal from the 12. Only hurting their own time here. I mean, yeah, Brendan Marks, you know it about as well as anybody else. 1st and goal from the 12. Mayfield to the end zone. Touchdown. Mike Evans, the go-to guy. And we're back to a one-score game in the Sunshine State. Mayfield is lethal. Wow. W. Raiders Cousins. Marshawn's picking that off IRL. Nah. Marshawn and Mike Evans are scoring up in the corner of the end zone IRL. Extra point is up and good. A clinical drive from Baker Mayfield, putting the team on his back with that 3rd down run, which broke free the drive. And now Daniels and the Commanders clinging on to dear life with a 3-point lead. 6:28 remaining in regulation. Can the rookie lead his team to victory. Washington has not won a playoff game since 2002, if I'm not mistaken. It has been a while, and I'm pretty sure it's around the same year that the Buccaneers won their Super Bowl. Return taken from the 5-yard line. McCaffrey to the 26. Don't want to sell the farm, but like as he's been doing the last few weeks, give another O-line a decent chance at running back. Or a decent running back and a wide receiver one. I would agree with that, yeah. Take McMillan from Arizona, if he's not off the board. Why not? I think Amir Abdullah actually emerged as a decent running back. Yeah, losing Devontae did not help at all. That's for sure. Jaden Daniels on 1st and 10. From the 26-yard line, will fire down the middle. Pass is dropped, incomplete. And you can feel the momentum shifting. What about Madden Productions? Broncos did not come away with a win, unfortunately. 38-24, I believe, was the final there. But every other game has been an upset, except for that one. Second and 10, following the incompletion. As loud as it has been all evening on Sunday Night Football. Yaya Diaby giving chase. Daniels looking to escape, but he can barely get away for just a yard. Just one. Six minutes to go and counting. 3rd and 9. Two receivers left and right for Jaden Daniels. The rookie out of LSU fires near side, caught, fighting for the line to gain, and he's got it. De'Ami Brown, fortunately, got a good tackle animation that time. And the Commanders can bleed at least 2 more minutes of clock. Worst case scenario. Anyone who's favored in this game? I think it is the Buccaneers by a slim margin. But that could flip. Midway through the 4th quarter. Fake toss and a handoff to Brian Robinson Jr., who's able to find just 3 yards. I'll look real quick, but I think it's like a Baker Mayfield of the Buccaneers by 2.5. Go to CBS Sports app for unofficial lines. Bucs are favored by 3, which is the closest margin. No, it is not. Closest margin is the Rams favored, or underdogs by 2.5 points against Minnesota. Pass is caught by McLaurin, another first down for the Commanders, and that is another crucial play, as he is slow to his feet as well. Only sim that wouldn't be an upset would be the Bills over the Broncos. But yeah, we would go 4 for 5, which is pretty wild. Press coverage up top, Jamel Dean and De'Ami Brown. But a handoff to Brian Robinson Jr. Antoine Winfield Jr., I believe, is the man on the tackle that time. Second and 7. Buccaneers might start to reach for their timeout soon. Yeah, Tampa favored by a field goal in this one. Under 4 to go in the 4th quarter. Second and 7. Daniels, RPO right side. Pass is caught by Zach Ertz. He's had a quiet afternoon. And he picks up 6 yards on the swing pass. 3rd and 1. Another crucial 3rd down coming up. Commanders are right about inside of field goal range as well, so now is the time for a stop if you're Tampa Bay. Daniels on 3rd and 1. Fires across the middle, off the helmet, and almost caught off the redirect by Jamison Crowder. But it's incomplete. And a choice to be made for Dan Quinn. A pass there almost makes you think they're going to run the football on 4th and 1, but they are also on the cusp of range, and all those ideas out the window. It's a punt. Probably going to go for about 11 yards is my prediction. As this one is off the foot and will land in the end zone for a touchback. Baker Mayfield and the Bucs with a chance to tie or take the lead. With 3:09 to go in the 4th quarter, all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning at his discretion as well. This game has brought a lot of fire to the table. Offense, defense, and a little bit of special teams here as well. Mayfield on 1st and 10 from the 20. Pressure, and he somehow gets it away, but incomplete. Otten can't hang on through the hit. Mayfield almost had that one stripped, and that would have pretty much put a bow tie on this one. See if they can pull it off. They have outgained the Commanders, but that pick six looming large if they can't pull this one out. Mayfield on 2nd and 10. Inaccurate. Looking for Sterling Shepard. Not a good pass there from Baker. Not at all. 3:01 to go in the fourth. 3rd and 10. Probably not 4-down territory, so a punt would be the result of an incompletion or anything less than 10 yards here. As Sterling Shepard fills in left side, along with Mike Evans. Mayfield fires deep down the field, wide open on the sideline, and it is Sterling Shepard out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Bucs move the chains. Nothing like a corner route. And Baker Mayfield knew exactly who was going to be open that time. Clock is stopped for the moment. Trey Palmer in motion. Mayfield. Otten. Nowhere. 40 more seconds will come off the clock. Second half, Baker. You got the pros and the cons, the ups and the downs of Baker Mayfield in the first half. 2nd and 10. For the second half, I should say. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Check down, caught by Cade Otten again. I think it's 12 catches. That might be a postseason record. Frankie Luvu tackles him on the cusp of field goal range. Raiders have 3 Super Bowls? Wow. Those are the LA Raiders, the heyday of the black hole. As we have hit the 2-minute warning, and a tight one again. Back-to-back games coming down to the wire. Tampa Bay trails by a field goal with the football. 3rd and 3 from the 44. And this game might come down to a play just like this. It's Baker Mayfield. Pocket collapsing, rolling left into a sack, and he is taken down. The first today. Couldn't have come at a bigger time for Washington. Cleveland Farrell dumps Baker Mayfield back at his own 48-yard line. And surely now it's 4-down territory. And it is. Minute 30 to go, and it is go time for Baker Mayfield. 3-step drop, sets, fires down the middle, wide open. Cade Otten into field goal range, and momentum shifts just like that. Buccaneers drive continues. McLaughlin warming up on the sideline once again for the game-tying field goal. That would take us to our second overtime in our last 5 games. Mayfield's got different ideas, though. Stepping up in the pocket, going to take off and do it himself. Got a first down inside the 20. Slides down at the 12-yard line. We got the Cotton Bowl and the Otten Bowl. Poetic almost, isn't it? My, oh my. Tampa Bay takes their first timeout. 59 seconds left in regulation. Don't want to leave too much time for Jaden Daniels in Washington if it comes down to that. Mayfield across the middle. Pass is caught. Trey Palmer. A 7-yard pickup, and that is exactly what Tampa Bay wants, in my opinion. Time to come off, and the ball to get closer to the end zone without being in the end zone. We're going to have about 30 seconds left in this snap, and even less than that. Mayfield on 2nd and 3, fires wide open up top, touchdown Tampa Bay. Sterling Shepard gives the Buccaneers a second half lead for the first time since the opening kickoff of the second half. Slings that one in there. Plenty of time and plenty of timeouts for Jaden Daniels, though, especially with a missed extra point here, which we have still never seen ever in a Madden sim. McLaughlin on for the extra point, and he knocks that one through. Baker Bacon once again 4th and 12, a little bit ago, and Baker Mayfield once again puts the team on his back. Baker doing Baker things. 2 very good games, I must say. Jordan Love leading a game-winning drive against the Eagles. And that huge upset earlier, and if Tampa Bay hangs on, they will host the winner of tomorrow's game between the Vikings and the Rams at State Farm Stadium. What does Jaden Daniels have to say about that, though? Washington on a return. It's a really good one, too, up to the 37-yard line. 26 remain. Not sure how he did that, actually, John Ziller. Here's the cool thing, though. I say cool in a very weird way. If he did that outside of his training and like by doing something he wasn't supposed to, we could potentially get that money back from him. So, I mean, hey, it's a possibility. Daniels from the empty, 20 seconds left. Got to have a touchdown on this drive. From the 37, down the middle he goes, wide open, Terry McLaurin. Timeout Washington. They are within range for another miracle. I think he ruptured his Achilles this time around, yeah. Tearing a rupture a little bit different, but still had to have surgery yesterday. Right. Yeah, I don't know. Commanders going to try to push the football down the field a little bit more before a Hail Mary attempt, although Daniels running for his life. Got to be careful. Fires out of bounds wisely. Sack there could have been a big-time loss. Hope the Browns get Cam Ward. I would not like Shadur, but we might not have a choice. We'll see what happens. 8 seconds to go. In Tampa, Florida. Looks like it is Hail Mary time for the Washington Commanders. Buccaneers rush 3. Do we have another Washington miracle in us? And that is intercepted. Ball game. Tampa Bay is moving on the back of Baker Mayfield, leading a surging second-half comeback. And they will host a playoff game next week in the divisional round. Back-to-back games that came down to the final play of regulation. You'll love to see it. Another absolute banger. What a great doubleheader we got treated to tonight. Hopefully you guys did enjoy Baker Mayfield's 4-touchdown performance, as well as Jordan Love's come-from-behind win against the Philadelphia Eagles. Join me tomorrow at noon Eastern Time for the final Wildcard game before we kick off Super Wildcard Weekend officially in real life. Appreciate you guys joining, and we will see you tomorrow.